This is the biggest thing stopping you from all your wildest dreams. Because right now, you probably know what you need to do. But what's the motivation that you make that happen? And trust me, I get it. I'm not motivated most days. But by understanding these principles and laws, helped my real estate team do $1.6 billion in transactions over the past few years, one of the top agents in all America. And two, it brought me from being a homeless kid from 12 to 18, sleeping on friends' couches, outside on benches, list goes on, to now doing what I'm doing currently. And it's not rocket science. And I also want to prove to you at the end of the video how motivation is actually not real. But in the meantime, I'm going to use some practical steps to really overcome demotivation moving forward. Hey, welcome to this episode on Elite Edge. My name is Jordan Super, where I break down all things motivation, real estate, legacy, wealth, mindset, and so much more. Help you the edge that you need in your life to go to the next level as fast as possible. Because I know one, as a real estate agent, talking about real estate every single day. So most of you on here, you don't care too much. So I'm gonna give you practical steps that I've learned over the past decade now of being an entrepreneur and so forth to help you have a better life as well. And our first big one for this video is going to be my favorite step, which I called a one-step rule. One step rule. It's just fitting for a first step for us. And the way this works is really, really simple. And for me, like, full transparency, making this video right now, I had no motivation for. I was not in the mood to create videos at the current moment. I do one a day, which is a lot of content to make and making them for a long time now. So for me, my one-step rule that helped me get this video on front of your eyeballs was my outline. So you can probably tell what this means. The one-step rule is whatever the first step is for your activity you have to do or want to do, then start with that. Just start that one thing. Don't overcommit. Don't promise yourself you're going to finish the whole thing, whole project, you name it. Just say, I'm going to do the first step and get it out of the way. Because the way the human brain works, so my background in college is psychology. So it was IO psychology, which is business and psychology and motivation, those kind of activities we talked about the most. And what we learned is that once we start doing something, our brain tricks ourselves to saying, okay, that's what we're doing now, and motivation finds us. Or more than likely, we create motivation by taking that first step. And this works for the gym. If you say, hey, I want to go to the gym today, but have no motivation to do so, just put on your clothes that you would wear to the gym. That first step, what you will trick your brain to say, okay, I'm almost there, I'm going to keep going. Or you're reading a book, okay, I'm reading the first chapter, the first page, see what happens. If I'm making a video, I'm going to outline, I'm going to turn on the camera, I'm going to do the first hook of my content piece. The list goes on. This first step is what helps us get the ball rolling to create motivation for us. Now, I will be totally transparent again that sometimes this is not enough though. We need more things to keep us going to our next step. And also, speaking of steps, if you need help with buying or selling real estate, of course, same as plug here, down below, link in the description to help you the best deals all across 50 states and 25 different countries. But this goes to step number 2 on this next point, which is going to be all whys. Now, in life, what I've learned, we have two whys. That for me, we have my two whys is my big goals, is my family. My two big whys. Now, for you, though, it's going to be one or two things. It's going to be a internal why and an external why. Will be the two big whys that you have for yourself to keep us motivated. And what I mean by internal why, this is going to be a selfish goal. I'm doing this assignment because I need to pass my college exams if you're in school still. I'm going to work because I need to pay for my bills. I am buying a house because my family needs a home. Those are mostly selfless whys to some degree, which is why it's internal. It's tied just to us. And most people will get our eternal why accomplished and we'll start moving forward, which is why I think it's so important to have a external why as well. This external why is bigger than us. It is larger than life. It is, I want to retire my parents. I want to pay for college for my kids. I want to save the world or fix the pollution problem. You name it, what that big goal is for you, that will be the same thing in line to your external why. Like my internal why is that I want to be successful because I was broke and homeless as a kid. It's the internal drive that I have for myself to keep on pushing forward in my life. My external why is I want to provide for my family and for my son Alexander, my wife Melanie. I want to help over 3 billion people before I pass away in a large way and impact their life for the good and make cities comparable to Dubai. Crazy big whys, but this keeps me going. So my first step, if it doesn't work all the way, that one step rule, my whys keep me anchored to keep pushing forward. I have a picture of them on my wall. I see my goals every single day over here on my other side. So I'm always anchored in to what I'm doing so I never lose motivation. So again, motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. Anyone can be motivated for a day, a week, maybe even a month. But after that time, we get kind of burnt out, we get tired, we don't see the results we're looking for, or life happens, and we say, okay, this is not enough. I now am demotivated, which is why having these whys keeps us anchored. Because this is our next one. It's going to help us the most. Not the most, but on a grand scale. It's going to be our space. Our space is going to be as it sounds. Our environment. And that works actually, I think, in 2 ways as well. Kind of internal, external. It's going to be actual your current environment, like your workplace. And then your friends. These are both 2 big things that have a massive role on our motivation. If my space is super messy and cluttered and having a recording studio is hard for me, I will do it less often. Like you can see my setup, it is easy for me to record videos. I have one for selfies and for my phone, one for my laptop, I have my lights, my whiteboard, you name it, is easy for me to do this. This is why I have it set up this way, where I just gotta move stuff around to start doing my content. When it comes to my client and helping them do things for their stuff, I am always CC'd on all my activities for my clients. I'm doing home tours, offers, negotiations. It makes my life so easy to be the best agent for them and for my community. That is for yourself. If your workplace, if you work a career, is really messy, it can become hard. If you are doing a remote working situation, you work from home, and that's messy, it becomes hard. So like these activities is so key to doing this. On a deeper level, it can even be your laptop. If your laptop is really cluttered and it's hard to have enough tabs open for your job, then you do less of that. So like having a social media account is part of that. And I have a whole tip coming up soon in this video as well, breaking down all things dopamine and what that looks like. But this is our first 3 big steps. We have a few more to come, so don't think you're almost not done yet. But these are the big ones here, right here, and for friends as well. If your friends are not trying to do the same stuff you're doing, have no goals, no ambitions, that'd be a big one for you as well. I know for me, my upbringing, if I had different friends, I loved them back then, my life would been a lot different. I would have a much different experience, which is why now I have a really small group of friends outside of my life. I know how important it is to have the best of the best around you that are aligned to your goals and what you're doing. So this is the same thing for you. So far we covered the 1-step rule. This is our outline to get the first step done. So it's the number 1 step. If it's the outline for me, that's what I'm doing. If it is putting on my gym shoes, that's what I'm doing. If I am getting in my car to go to the gym, that is another step. If I'm opening up that notebook to study for that exam that you should probably do yesterday, the same exact thing. Whatever the case might be, I want to make sure I do that first step. Why? It's internal and external. So have that on your wall, have it on your phone, have it as a reminder, have it someplace you can see it all the time. Even if you just hang it up in front of the door, to leave outside the house and back and forth, you'll always be reminded of your whys. And the last one on this one, so we have 3 more to go, is our space. It's going to be internal, kind of our workplace, in our house, in our environment, even our neighborhood is part of this space as well. So you need help with buying and real estate, let me know. But also our friends and family as well. So these are our first 3. Definitely write them down. Hit that notes already, so you have that saved for yourself. And our next few ones, I think you want to love. It helped me tremendously become one of the top agents in all America. And again, come from being homeless as a kid to where I'm at now, is the mirror method. The mirror method is not what it sounds like. This is actually talking to yourself or to your friends and your family and getting them bought in to the vision. So let's say that your goal is to lose 10 pounds and be strong and be more fit, then that could be a mirror method to yourself. Am I really pursuing my goals as much as I can? It's kind of like making a promise to yourself. And when you do a promise, you have to have some kind of reward to that. So the promise will be like, if I can lean up and get stronger, I will then have a big cheat day at the end of the month. If I can get this promotion at my job, I will take a trip to X, Y, and Z. It has some kind of promise to it, but you become more accountable for yourself by literally going to the mirror and saying, hey, so-and-so, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? And if you're not doing it, be honest with yourself about why it's not happening, how do you show up that day, and just be fully transparent. I know it sounds a little odd, but it works. You can go a step further and make a video of yourself talking about your goals and watch that back. Oh, I did not do that actually today. I said I was going to, and I broke that promise to myself, which is hard to do. Hard to really show up and face that. If that sounds like it's too much or it's not enough accountability to stay motivated, our next step here instead will be a commitment to your friends or family. So friends / family. And this one's fun because this one actually buys them in to what you're doing. So if my thing for my family is like, if I can sell 10 homes this month, I will take you to Disneyland. Well, my son's 16 months, so he probably doesn't care about Disneyland, but I will take us to X, Y, and Z. I will buy us a new thing. I will do something. And this way, when I do this promise, it's still attached to this promise with other people, they'll now buy into the vision. It keeps me accountable and more motivated. I don't want to let them down. It also goes back into external whys. All psychology as humans is we will more often than not do more things for other people than we will for ourselves. So if I make a promise to my wife, my son, my family, I'm more accountable because I don't let them down. The same is true for your career. If you're working a job right now, you don't want your boss to get mad at you, which is another part of motivation, but you don't want that to happen, so you're more accountable to that thing. If you're an investor, you don't want to let your hard money lender or your private money lender be upset with you. You'll be more accountable to make sure that deal happens smoothly and make a big profit. All these things are part of that. So that motivation and that promise could be friends, family, it could be your colleagues, it could be your boss, it could be your investors, it could be your business partner, you name it. But plug in there, have some kind of promise. If we hit this quota, what happens? But also with promises, you have to have negatives. So promises is a big part of that. And of course, negative as well too. So I want to say like drawbacks. So drawbacks is a big one too. What happens if you don't do this? So hey, friends and family, if I don't get this XYZ result, I will give you $1,000, or I will do X, Y, and Z for you, or I will not go on the trip to Bahamas. You will go by yourself with your family, with your friends and stuff. That is a harsh trip, but people do that all the time. And the same is true for this thing as well. You'll make sure that when you're trying to have this mirror method, you become accountable, you get a contract if you want to, and write it down as well. So this is a really big part for you too. So mirror method, I think, is super, super powerful. And then 5, wrong color. 5 would be our fun one here. This is self. The self is going to be a up level of the mirror method, where we actually change your identity. The easiest way to have motivation to, let's say, quit smoking or quit drinking, for example, is just not saying, I'm not having a drink, or I'm not smoking. It's saying, I am not a smoker, or I'm not a drinker. That is one of the easiest ways in the world to get that thing going for you. I just don't do that. Because it's really easy to have our pushbacks and let something waver on us if we say, oh, this one drink, or this one drag, or this one X, Y, or Z, or this one time doing this thing is okay. And that happens because we have not changed our identity, telling ourselves that this is not who I am. If I say I don't eat sweets, then I'm not a sweet eater. I just don't eat sweets. Like for me, I pretty much never eat sweets. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't do anything outside of working in real estate and seeing my family and doing content. That's pretty much all I do. And go to the gym. So like for me, my identity is that kind of person, that this is what I do. I'm a high level person. My goals are super important to me. If you change your narrative, you change your identity to fit with this atmosphere, you become now that dang thing. So it kind of, as I hate when people do this online, but I'll do it myself in this case, is going from a NPC mindset into a MC mindset, versus non-playable character to a main character. I honestly think it's kind of cringe to say out loud, but that being aside, it is now to change your mindset. I'm the main character of my life, and I don't behave or act a certain way, which I think is so important to understand. If you say you're not a smoker, don't smoke. If you're not a drinker, don't drink. They say you don't do these things anymore, not who you are. It becomes so much easier now to stay in that identity mindset. It's about raising the standards. Because humans as a whole, we do not often rise to our goals, or we fall to our standards. So me making a video every single day for y'all to watch and have education and value for me, and one day work with me as your agent, is my lowest standard of saying I do this every single day, becoming a commitment to myself, and I follow these first 5 so far motivational principles, if you will, keep me going and keep me in the game to help you as much as I can. It is a promise I have. Just back to that mirror method as well. So you know, a couple more left for you. We both on the self, both on the mirror. Now our next big one that I think will honestly be one of the biggest reasons that help you stay motivated is going to be number 6. And this one is a hard one, so be prepared. It's not going to be easy. This is a dopamine detox. I have a whole video coming soon for you as well, breaking down all things dopamine detox, how to do it, but make it super short and sweet for this video. But I do think this is one of the easiest ways to stay motivated. I know for myself personally, if I ever have a day where I will have a relaxed day, which is like watching Netflix or scrolling my phone on Instagram Reels and so forth, or YouTube Shorts, I will then have less motivation the next day afterwards. I hijack my brain. Well, doing hard things, making content, doing work, talking to people at a high level becomes harder for me because my brain is now short-circuited to find that quick dopamine things. So like people who are addicts have a hard time staying committed and being motivated because their mind is high wired for high dopamines. So for us, if I want to avoid this kind of atmosphere, I'm going to say for the next 7, 14, 21 days, you can pick and choose what you do. I'm going to have, one day is good, I'm going to have a super boring life. And that could be, I don't watch TV. I don't watch shorts. I don't drink or smoke or eat sweets. All these things are dopamine that are cheap and easy to get. I don't do Cornhub. I don't do those things. Like, what is for you, what your advice is that keeps you distracted, avoid them. So it could be saying no to games, to corn, to shorts, to TV. And whatever is your advice, add that there as part of your dopamine detox. And I would say there's 2 ways to do this. Option 1 is a complete cold turkey. You just don't do any of that at all for that X amount of days. 1 day, 7 days, 14, 21 or more as part of that MO you have. Or it could be something as simple as like, I will not do it until this time of day. So if I have to get work done, I'm going to work all day long from when you wake up until you go to bed, and 2-3 hours before I go to sleep, I have my cheat time. Because once you're already on that high dopamine stuff, rest of the day, it's hard to be motivated to do hard stuff like making content, doing work, going to your job, and so forth, and staying focused. So if I'm super focused in the beginning, then my mind will stay that way, especially if I follow the 5 steps as well prior to that. And then at the end of that, then you can have that little detox, undetox you can do later on if you want to go from there. I will say it's probably stronger and better for you to do complete cold turkey a couple of days, and then get back into it. Don't go hardcore mode other than switching to doing it at the end of the day, not during the day. It makes sense? I hope it does for you, because that is how I think you have the best way to really stay motivated. Again, you're not a robot, you're human. Enjoy your life. Have fun. Like, I'm a successful entrepreneur, and I still enjoy myself every so often. I work 7 days a week, but I still find time every now and then to see have fun and live my life like a normal human. And then the last one I'm going to break down for you to prove that motivation is not real. So far we've broken down 6 ways to stay motivated. And this last one, I'm going to break down why it's actually all not real in the first place. It comes down to mindset more than anything else. This is 7. And it's all about motivation, not real. And this one is going to really break your brain. So, right now, you should be doing the thing you should be doing. That could be studying for exams. That could be doing work for your job. That could be looking at deals for your investment portfolios. That could be making that phone call, that text, you name it. You know what you should be doing right now in this very moment, and you're not doing it. But you're watching this video right now. Do you need motivation to watch this video? Probably not, because it's fun, it's enjoyable. I make great content, so that means you subscribe, like, share with your friends as well, because you like it so much. But at the same time, this also applies to sweets, it applies to Netflix, it applies to anything that is easy to do. I do not need motivation to watch a movie about medieval times, like Troy. That is easy for me to do because I enjoy that kind of stuff. I don't need motivation to watch videos about business. And if you love sweets, you don't need to have motivation to eat an ice cream cake, or to have a piece of pie, or to watch your favorite TV show on Netflix. Those all require no motivation because it is fun to do. Which kind of goes back to the fact that motivation actually is not real, and it all comes down to mindset. And the easiest way to kind of see what this looks like is to think of it as shiny objects. The blue ones take a lot of effort to get to, but the big red one in the middle is easy to get to because it's accessible, it's bright, it's in our face, and it's easy to grab this one. And the same is true when it comes down to doing any activity that is more enjoyable than a hardcore thing that takes more time to do. This is more effort, more reward, more X, Y, and Z to fulfill, whereas watching a TV show is easy. And the sooner you understand that, everything becomes easier for you. Which is why for me, when I did that first one step in my today activity of making this video, it became easy because I turned my blue stuff my blue straws into a red straw because I said, okay, I know I need to do this. If I start this right now, because motivation is not real, I never want to find motivation, it becomes so much easier now to stay in the game and move forward. Now down below, let me know in the comment section, I read all the comments. What helps you the most stay motivated? Are these things new to you? Do you like them? Did it help you? Do you have anything that helps you the most stay motivated? Because again, if that means like, I would say one more example of motivation not being real, kind of not being real. It's more like an external thing helping us get there. It's like if a bear is chasing you, you will break records running speeds because you'll now found motivation. The bear is motivation, it's external, which is why having these 7 things together will help you so much. But as always, thanks for watching this video. Glad to have you here. I'll see you at the top. If you need any help with buying or selling real estate, again, link in the description. Have a call with me directly. Watch all things real estate, hire your first home under contract, sell a house, commercial real estate, you name it. We can help you do things. I have a whole breakdown actually on this side over here that shows you more things about all things mindset, lead edge, and so much more. Up above, a whole breakdown as well. You'll love that video too. But again, thanks for watching. I'll see you at the top. For the best of yet, happy to have you here.